is now doing the same thing.
He has shown me the way.
So you feel like you're on a mission now?
Oh, absolutely. If he can do this, I can do this.
Okay. And maybe
can I have a hug?
We can do this.
Go spread that joy somewhere, okay?
Steve Hartman.
Thank you.
On the road in Chesterfield County, Virginia.
Let's all do it. Spread some kindness. Pay it forward. That's tonight's CBS Evening News. Have a great weekend. Good night.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 6. I'm Morgan Hoover.
And I'm Chris Allen. Here we go into the weekend.
It's finally Friday.
Yes.
We are just counting down the moments for the weekend to finally hit.
Yes, and we're still looking at that cooler air coming in. It's going to come in progressively, and then another shot coming in by the middle of the week. Right now, it's 81 after hitting a high of 83 today. Dew point is in the 60s, which means it's moderately muggy. North wind at 7 miles per hour. And the radar has been showing a few sprinkles here and there, but a lot of these have already faded away. I'll have a look at that much cooler 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Morgan.
All right, Chris. Well, we are just 59 days away from the November election. Gubernatorial candidate Daniel Cameron was in Morgantown today speaking to supporters, saying he wants to put education first, as well as cracking down on crime. He also said he'll keep fighting for Kentucky's family unit. He wants to bring a sense of morality to the office, which he feels is lacking. Recently, he's been under scrutiny from the Democratic Party for a political ad that includes Governor Andy Beshear's young daughter. We asked him about that ad and if he felt using family members in opposing campaigns was something he supported.
Well, look, the ad you're referring to is by an outside group. We don't have any control over that.
That outside group is associated with Senator Rand Paul, who has yet to comment on the ad. Paul is slated to be in Simpson County tomorrow for a GOP picnic. News 40 will continue to follow this developing story. And as November nears, we are learning that voter registration in Kentucky has increased for the 6th straight month. Secretary of State Michael Adams says more than 7,000 new voters were added in August. Republican voters account for 46% of the electorate. Democrats make up 44%. But Adams said in several months this year, more independent voters have registered than Republicans and Democrats combined. Well, a crime alert now. A man charged in the death of WKU student Ayanna Morgan was found guilty in a drug trafficking case this week. He'll spend at least 7 years behind bars for these drug charges. Kobe Lancaster was charged with first-degree assault in connection with the shooting that killed Morgan back in July. But he was already facing drug trafficking charges from a previous incident. This week, a jury found him guilty of trafficking in over 4,000 fentanyl pills, along with several other crimes. He faces a recommended sentence of 15 years with parole eligibility after serving half of that sentence. He is still awaiting a trial in the death of Ayanna Morgan. Well, check this out. Preparing for the future can be very difficult and dark unless you start early. And for a few local students, the future is looking bright. News 40 reporter Carlisle Coppins has more on the story.
Bowling Green Junior High School is giving their students a head start and a chance to explore different occupations to prepare for their future.
Giving students the opportunity to explore a variety of careers. We're not trying to push a career down their throat in 6th grade or make them make career decisions in 6th grade or 7th grade or even 8th grade, but we really just want to provide them all the opportunities to explore all the interests that they may have.
Students are taking elective courses like journalism, learning print, magazines, and so much more. And the future doctors and nurses have the chance to learn different medical techniques.
It was confusing a little bit because you learn about the body and everything and like where different places are. I like it, and I feel like it's gonna have like benefits for me in the future.
These electives are more than just learning opportunities. They allow the students to continue their family traditions.
It runs my family. My grandma was a nurse and my mom, so I really want to be a nurse.
The preparation that's provided to these children will carry on into their future.
As they move on to Bowling Green High School and have to select a pathway there, and then ultimately, I really believe that every kid has a gift to give to the world. And when we think about preparing our kids for the future, again, I think that has to begin at a very early age.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Carlisle Coppins, News 40.
Thank you, Carlisle. It's a busy weekend for many folks in the area with lots of people traveling to Bowling Green. Beach Bend is hosting the Holly LS Fest at the drag strip, expecting 50,000 guests. The Hilltoppers are celebrating Parents Weekend, welcoming many families from near and far. So what does this mean for local drivers like you?
Extra traffic and traffic delays and congestion should be expected over the weekend. So motorists are encouraged to give extra travel time to wherever you're going, particularly if you're going into the more busy areas of Bowling Green.
The Transportation Department is also set to start 2 resurfacing projects this weekend and early next week. Campbell Lane will be milled and resurfaced between Scottsville Road and Nashville Road. US 31W bypass from the roundabout to Campbell Lane will be resurfaced as well.
These are major routes. US 31W and US 231 Campbell Lane are major routes. And so it's going to be very hard for people who use those routes every day to totally avoid them. But certainly if they are able to, that would be beneficial to them.
To keep traffic impacts down during the day, the road work will be done at night. And while you're taking these routes, use slower speeds and caution as the pavement will be uneven. For more local news now, student athletes are visiting the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society today. WKU athletes were at the Humane Society this morning to play around with those dogs and cats. This also helped them find their pets their forever homes. The Hilltopper baseball player says it's fun to come out and play with some of these furry friends for a while.
It's huge. Last year, the baseball team did really good at putting in hours, going and doing other community service, but it's a whole lot of fun to just give back to the community and just have baseball be in the top sports of community service hours.
Each athlete got to pick a dog and take them outside for a little while just to enjoy the outdoors.
It would be great because maybe people seeing athletes come and play would help them want to come over and see what they could adopt as well.
The Humane Society is still seeing large intake, so if you'd like to adopt a furry friend, make a trip to the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society. Lots of action happening south of Bowling Green this weekend as live horse racing continues at Kentucky Downs in Franklin. Saturday, a total of $6 million races will take place at the track where you can quench your sports betting thirst while waiting for a sports book to open. Then on Sunday, 2 races worth $500,000 each will happen, while another 2 take place on Wednesday. If you've never been to the track at Kentucky Downs before, let one of the winningest trainers tell you what you can expect.
Just say look around, it's a good time. If you don't like the horses, you can go to the casino, play a little of horses. Not far from Nashville, which is always a good time.
The live racing will wrap up on Wednesday, September 13th. Well, still to come on News 40 at 6, the sights and sounds from the Edmonson County Fair. I can taste a funnel cake right now. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is in after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Andy Bashir is lying about sex change surgery for kids.
Those procedures don't happen here in Kentucky.
That's not true. Bashir knows it, and medical records prove it.
LGBTQ advocates and the governor said these surgeries weren't happening. A newly discovered letter from UK Healthcare conflicts with that claim.
If Andy Bashir will lie about sex change surgery for kids,
those procedures don't happen here in Kentucky.
What else is he lying about?
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
We all want our kids to have a future here in Kentucky. That's why I'm working hard to bring more jobs here. Companies big and small are setting up all over Kentucky, revitalizing communities and creating thousands of good-paying jobs. Over 46,000 more jobs than we had before COVID. Unemployment has never been lower, and we've helped hundreds of businesses launch or expand. This is Kentucky's future. Our economy is on fire. Let's keep it going.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
My favorite promotion that we've done so far has been College Nights. We're going to bring it back for Thirsty Thursday on September 7th.
My favorite promotion has been Princess and Pirate Night. That's why we're bringing it back September 8th with a villain twist and post-game fireworks.
And my favorite event this year was Bourbon Bands and Barbecue, so we're going to honor this parent event, Bourbon and Brew Fest, for September on September 9th, with even more post-game fireworks.
My favorite part this season was having all the fans out to the ballpark. And what better way to celebrate that than Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday, September 10th.
Get your tickets at bghotrods.com.
Morris Jewelry is this area's independent and trusted source for diamonds. We're an experienced direct diamond importer, and custom design is our specialty. With diamond engagement rings starting at $33 per month, our prices can't be beat.
You're watching WNKY CBS 40, home of Super Bowl 58.
Time now for a full look at our forecast with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, there's all kinds of fun events happening this weekend.
Yeah.
We're all hoping for good weather for all of those.
So you mentioned Edmondson County Fair, LS Fest.
Yes, football games.
Football tomorrow on the Hill, second game, home game. There's a lot of things that are going on. I've noticed a lot of yard sales.
Yeah.
Starting to kick in. This is that time of the year when a lot of people want to take advantage of the weather and just put some things out there for you to buy. And I'm one of those people that likes to just drive around and look for stuff like that. And especially when it's not muggy, it makes it all much better. And you can see that on the muggy tracker for the next several days. Here's today. Mid-60s, that's what we're feeling right now, just a little bit of mugginess in the air. It's going to plateau here for a couple of days. Then it's going to start to take a little wiggle as we get into Monday and Tuesday. That's the next shot of when we're going to see some cooler air come in, and look what happens after that. We're talking about really nice dew points dropping even into the low 50s by next Thursday. It's going to feel incredible around here. You just got to give it a couple of more days, but even tomorrow and over the course of the weekend, it is going to begin to feel very nice. 63 is the dew point right now, according to the Kentucky Mesonet Network from Western Kentucky University. Most everybody looking at low to mid 60 dew points, and that means our temperatures for some didn't make it out of the 70s today, like 77 right now in Calhoun and Munfordville, 78 in Glasgow, 76 in Franklin, 81 the temperature right now in Bowling Green. As we take a look at the numbers here, 83 was the official high today, 85 the normal, so just a couple of degrees cooler than average, and 1 degree cooler with the low temperature. 62 is where we started early this morning. Here's a look at Futurecast, and of course some of you did pick up a couple of sprinkles today in wake of that low pressure system and the front that is now stalled out to the east, and that weak disturbance that came through last evening. Overnight tonight, we'll get rid of a lot of the clouds. There may be some patchy fog later on this evening and early tomorrow morning. Nice light northerly flow, and that's going to mean all the difference in our atmosphere. Even tomorrow, there will be a mix of sun and clouds, and the possibility of a late day shower you see showing going up there over Bowling Green and southern Kentucky. Not everybody's going to get wet from that. It's just kind of an overflow here as it backlashes into parts of Kentucky. Then as we get into Sunday, a lot of that activity will begin to pull away as we get into Sunday afternoon and evening. Here's the latest on major Hurricane Lee, Category 4, and it's way out in the Atlantic, but the National Hurricane Center says that everybody on the southeast coast of the United States needs to be alert by the beginning and middle of next week, as this is poised to stay a major hurricane with potential impacts on the southeast coast, so that bears watching. Partly cloudy, patchy fog tonight. We'll get down to 62, and then the 7-day forecast is showing that we'll get up to a pleasant 79 with that slight chance of a shower tomorrow, 80 on Sunday, 83 Monday, and there comes the cooler air with a shot of showers and thunderstorms Tuesday at 78, and much cooler in the low 70s for the middle of next week. And here's what's coming up tonight on CBS 40.
We were part of a thriving ministry, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we were told that we had to stop.
It was a tragic time for the church, and Governor Beshear he didn't seem to care.
He shut down all the churches in Kentucky, leaving our congregations, our communities, without any support when they needed it the most.
And I know that there's some churches, even in our own community, that never reopened.
We need a change in government.
And he can't be trusted to govern Kentucky ever again.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
With free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join the judgment-free zone today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
At Horizon Pace, I have one doctor, not 4 or 5. And if I need to talk to that doctor and he's not with another patient, he'll come and talk to me. Everything's going real good. I come off of about 19 pills down to 7 now, and I love it. I wouldn't do without it right now.
Horizon Pace is the face of your healthcare. Contact us for more information.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Now through September 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
That's how we do.
Life is a series of timely decisions. Will you be ready? Pathways Senior Care Advisors are here to help you navigate the right path. Call Pathways Senior Care Advisors Mary Coron and Stacy Carter for your free consultation at 270-901-1878 or visit pathwayssca.com. Better informed, better choices.
At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
More local news. The Edmonson County Fair returns this week. We saw many of you out there enjoying the fun. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey shows us what all the noise is about.
This is something that we've worked really hard on for the last 18 months to try and bring a carnival back to our fair. We've been, since COVID happened, our carnival, basically, we didn't have much of a fair at all. We had events last year, but it wasn't what I would consider a fair or a carnival.
I grew up in Edmonson County, and I came to the fair every year when I was a kid, and so now I get to bring my son to the fair, and we've not got to come because of COVID, so this is his first time getting to come to the fair.
More happening this weekend. Next Saturday, Step Up for Down Syndrome returns for the 25th edition of their Walk at the Bowling Green Ballpark. The event is free to attend and a great way to support our community members and organizations who work with those with Down syndrome.
I tell everyone, if you've never been, your heart will thank you, because you just come and you just see the joy on the faces of the individuals that have Down syndrome. You see the community that's come together to support the organization and the members.
Registration is still open for the event and donations are still being accepted. For more information, you can visit dsssky.org. Well, the time of year for pumpkins and scary movies is quickly approaching, and Potter Farm Events venue is offering some fun for the weekend. Harvest Fest at the barn is going on right now until 9 o'clock tonight and from 9 a.m. to 4 o'clock tomorrow. The farm is full of food trucks and other interesting vendors, as well as live music going on. The owner of the farm said she just wants to welcome September in the right way.
So we're having this fun event to celebrate September here in Bowling Green and invite everybody around to come out. The purpose is to enjoy the fall, and actually we could not have asked for better weather.
Farm owner says she is looking forward to celebrating the season and encourages everyone to come out. Admission is $10 for the rest of this evening, $5 for tomorrow. Well, in health news now, staying healthy is critical to independence and a good quality of life, but many seniors struggle with everyday challenges. Tonight, health experts have some tips. A long life is a blessing and sometimes a curse.
You can't stop the clock. Your body is going to age.
Dr. Kenneth Kinsilja with Cleveland Clinic says as the years go by, the changing body allows for more health problems. But there are healthy ways to age. His first tip, get daily exercise. Commit to being active every day, but choose to do something you enjoy.
Commitments to exercise or promises to yourself only become a habit if it's something that you're going to be able to do, that you're going to love doing.
Eating a healthy diet with lots of fruits and veggies and limiting alcohol, processed foods, and red meats is key. Kinsilja says it's also critical to continue learning.
Reading books, learning new things, learning an instrument, singing, learning a new language, learning a new hobby. These things are all great exercises for your brain.
This can also help with staying social, another boost for your brain. Finally, Kinsilja says to focus on getting those Z's.
Making sure that we're not watching the TV as we're falling asleep, or that we're trying to get at least 6 to 7 hours of good quality sleep at night, undisturbed. That's very important for your brain health and for your overall physiology.
Well, stay with us. News 40's Maxwell Trink is in the studio with a look at sports right after this.
At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you have any trouble receiving Social Security benefits, call our office today for a free consultation.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
The Warren County Public Library presents best-selling author Rhea Fry, Sunday, September 10th at the Bob Kirby branch. Join us as Fry discusses her journey as an author and latest novel, The Other Year. Free tickets are limited and available at warrenpl.org.
Hey y'all, it's Bree with the Pie Queen's Pantry. Don't miss this week's episode. We're going to be talking about some delicious sprinkled cookies. See you this week on the Pie Queen's Pantry.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance, more fuel efficiency, and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda CR-V Hybrid or Accord Hybrid for you.
Person, place, or thing.
Is this place in Paris?
Premieres Monday
on WNKY NBC 40.
Welcome to the Sports Football Frenzy is back tonight for week 4 of high school football. We have a full slate of games with our game of the week being Greenwood visiting Logan County. Bowling Green set to open their season at home tonight. South Warren is hosting Gibson Southern. Warren Central is welcoming the Warren East Raiders. Be sure to tune in tonight at 10 for all the highlights and breakdowns of tonight's games. WNKY Volleyball was in action this morning at Diddle Arena in the University Plaza Invitational. The top swept Troy in 3 straight sets. Paige Briggs led the way offensively with 17 kills in the match, and Katie Howard tallied 4 aces for the tops when it comes down to serving. The team now has a quick turnaround tonight, hosting Arkansas just a little bit at 7 p.m. Here's what head coach Travis Hudson had to say about the team after the win.
I love our team. We're just behind schedule a little bit because we've dealt with so much in terms of injury and illness, and so we're behind schedule a little bit in terms of being where I want to be. But this is going to be a nice stretch in Diddle Arena for a while, and hopefully we can just find ways to win until we get some things cleaned up. But I love this team. I think they're going to be really good.
WKU football is gearing up for their second game of the season tomorrow night at Hutchinson Stadium. The team is set to host Houston Christian at 6 p.m. local time. WKU is coming off a Week 1 victory over South Florida and is looking to start the season off 2-0. Here's what head coach Tyson Helton had to say heading into the weekend.
We can get a lot better, a lot better. We got a lot of tough games ahead of us, including this one coming up, and we need to get a lot better as a football team.
How about Jeff Brum and those Cards? Louisville put on a show last night in Cardinal Stadium, dominating Murray State 56-0. The Cards posted 6 rushing touchdowns last night, with 2 coming from Jawar Jordan. Here's what head coach Jeff Brum had to say after the shutout victory.
Fans were tremendous today. They came out. They were ready for the season. A lot of people stayed for the entire game, even when it was out of reach. And we want to make them happy. And this is a full team affair, and winning can make even more people want to be a part of it. So we want to make sure we do our part and play a great brand of football, play hard, tough, physical, and smart, give it everything we got every week, and hopefully they can equal wins.
The Kentucky Wildcats will be back in action tomorrow afternoon at Kroger Field. They'll be hosting EKU. Kentucky is coming off a Week 1 victory over Ball State and looking to kick off the season 2-0 as well. The Cats and Cardinals are set to hit the field at 2 p.m. local time. And finally, the Tennessee Titans, just a few days away from their season opener. The Titans will be visiting the New Orleans Saints inside of the Superdome to kick off the 2023 year. Be sure to catch all the action right here on WNKY News 40, CBS 40 at 12 p.m. Sunday. Very excited for NFL season. Yesterday was crazy.
Yeah,
I'll say that much.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of which, I've got a kind of a funny story. I feel like you guys might appreciate this.
Yeah.
Of course, NFL season is here. One husband is getting noticed because he gave his wife notice. He says he won't be available to work on game days. I wonder how that worked out for him. He gave his wife a notice saying he will no longer be available on Sundays from 10 to 10, Mondays, Thursdays, prior commitments, right? But I think she should hire a temp.
I feel like I'm the exact opposite. I have to give my fiance a notice that I am going to be working more.
Well, you have an excuse, yeah. I guess.
It's one of those situations where you say, Marge, get me a beer.
Love it.
79 tomorrow, 80 on Sunday. It's going to be a great weekend. Much cooler next week.
All right, we'll see you at 10.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
My favorite promotion that we've done so far has been College Nights. We're bringing it back for Thirsty Thursday on September 7th.
My favorite promotion has been Princess and Pirate Night. That's why we're bringing it back September 8th with a villain twist and post-game fireworks.
And my favorite event this year was Bourbon Bands and Barbecue, so we're going to honor this parent event, Bourbon and Brew Fest for September on September 9th, with even more post-game fireworks.
My favorite part this season was having all the fans out to the ballpark. And what better way to celebrate that than Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday, September 10th.
Get your tickets at bghoutroutes.com.
Connect with WNKY News 40 on social media. Follow us at WNKY.